Okay, so I want to take one more example, and this is really emphasizing product features. So imagine that the objective is to describe product features. And there are a lot of job functions where this is important, but to describe product features, one of the first things that comes to mind is, from an instructional strategy standpoint, is to demonstrate and role model that top performer behavior. How do they describe product features? And so it's really important to consider, the objective, our instructional strategy. Now, there's one more thing that we need to be clear about is the conditions under which that performance actually takes place. So, often I hear people say, well, okay, describe product features, and let's give them a video. And I just, caution that jump. Again, we don't want to put the cart in front of the horse. We have to be careful to understand the conditions of that performance. Because let's say that they are describing product features over the phone. That's all they have. There is no, visual aspect to their performance. Everything's audio. Everything's over the phone. In which case, now, thinking about our function, we would want to provide an audio asset to them. It can be configured in different ways, but, if their performance is audio-based, we really need to, help them learn and become proficient through that audio world. And I've even had myself, fight myself, in e-learning where you're going to, demonstrate and role model how to describe product features. And I'm like, well, do I put a picture of a person here or anything? A picture of a cubicle? And it's like, no, it's all about the audio. Let's stay focused on the audio. And at the same time, we look at that same scenario, and if it is face-to-face, if they're actually, working with that customer or prospect and they're describing product features, or to a technician, if it's being done face-to-face, well then absolutely, micro-learning, we want to bring in that visual aspect. When they're dealing with the audio, now we're really listening to important audio things like pacing and the inflection and intonation, and those are just really integral parts of that audio. And then similarly in the video, then what's important is that body language, the visual aspect, the expressions, and what's taking place as you're describing those product features. And if we're going to demonstrate and role model it in that face-to-face condition, video is fantastic. And of course, we can practice. We want to continue to build. Another micro-learning instructional strategy might be to practice with coaching and feedback. And that we want to make sure that those actual features, we want that retrieval practice, because in order to describe those product features, you have to remember what those features are. And that's where we can bring in different types, different forms of micro-learning assets. With practice, with coaching and feedback, they can be audio, they can be video, they can be simulations. Retrieval practice, we come back to our digital flashcards, our flip books, and our quizzes. So that's how we're, again, thinking carefully about the function, the conditions of the performance, obviously our criteria, how well they are able to perform, but also that